I'm going to make sure I'm recording here. All right, I'm recording. All right, thanks so much for joining us. I am Vanessa Lennick, the dietitian here at Proximal 50, and welcome to Carbohydrates, Stop the Madness. Let's enjoy our food. So I have a couple people in the office with me, if you didn't hear us chatting earlier. We have Sarah on there and Lindsay, our wellness coach. So these guys are, the reason why I have them close here is because they are my, what would you say, my buddies, my battle buddies. If there's any questions that I kind of second guess myself, they'll confirm or give me the right answer. They're smart. Thanks to have them here. Okay, so let's get started. So carbs, why are they good for us? Everybody can hear me okay, right? Please message. If you could give me an okay, that'd be great, just to make sure we're all good. So carbs, why do we need them? Why don't we need them? Or which ones do we need and which ones don't we need? So we all need carbs. They actually are our fuel. They're our energy. They transform into glucose once we eat them, and then the insulin transports the glucose to our cells. Super simple. But low carb diets, why are they on them? And what's the big speed? Why do we lose weight when we are on low carb diets? It's because, well, if you think about it, if you cut out carbs from your diet, there's not a lot left to eat. So really, it's the amount of food we eat when we cut out carbs. So if we run out of carbs, since they are our main source of energy, what happens? When we run out of carbs, then your body uses fat and protein as energy. And fat is taken first usually, but it's not efficient. Your body breaks down fat and it's not efficient. There's been studies showing that when you break down fat, it kind of puts your body, like your blood, your acidic level of your blood, it changes. It's called, like, if you've heard of a ketogenic diet, it changes the acidicness of your blood. That's not the right wording, but I'm just trying to make it easy to understand. So what happens then is, it says recent evidence points out that diets low in carbs, so the body is forced to use fat, actually increases the ability of fat cells to attract and store fat. No, don't do that. Don't do that. So then fat is, like I said, fat is inefficient to break down. So then what it does is it pulls protein, because actually for your brain and your nervous system, it doesn't work. So that's when it pulls the protein. And what happens? What is protein for? You use protein to build lean body mass. You use protein to build hormones. You use protein for neurotransmitters, for enzymes. You guys don't want to mess with that stuff. Hormones just set your body off and then nothing works right. So that's why you don't want to use protein for energy. Because what happens is when you use protein, it steals that lean body mass, and then that messes with your metabolism, because when you have more muscle, basically, your body uses more calories to burn, and then also it also affects the fact that you can't maintain weight loss. It's harder to maintain weight loss. So those are just a few things. Moving on to, so most readily available form of carbohydrates are your simple carbs. So that's like your sweeteners, your sugar, your honey, your refined carbohydrates, which means they take out the fiber. So your chips and, okay, give me some other things for refined carbs. Anything, that's easier, accessible, refined crackers, yes, any processed foods. Yeah. So it's stripped of this fiber, and because of this lack of fiber, it is quickly converted to glucose. So simple carbohydrates actually are empty calories as well. So meaning they provide little nutrition. There's no fiber, there's no vitamins, there's no minerals. So what's in them? Calories. That's what's in them. So it's replacing nutrient-dense foods full of vitamins, full of minerals, that makes your body work efficiently with these empty calories. So that's basics of the skinny simple carbs. But let's move on to the important ones, the complex carbs. You've heard it before. What are they? And I will tell you. But why are they so different than simple carbs? Well, that's because they have lengthened and a more complex structure. So these carbs are found in whole foods and fiber-containing foods such as legumes, grains, fruits and vegetables with the skin on. So complex carbs are a significant source of glucose, but like I said, why are they different? Because they are more complex. If carbs are low in fiber and eaten without fat and protein, it activates an insulin response. So with this, it signals us to eat more and to replenish, because it isn't fulfilling. What it is your insulin goes up, and then you want to eat more, and you eat more complex or simple carbs, and then you eat some more simple carbs. And that's just an eating cycle that consistently goes. So what does that cause? It causes us to have that carb/sugar craving, which I hear people talk about all the time. So you need that fiber to fulfill that energy, to fulfill that carb craving. And what won't help it? Protein. Protein won't help that carb craving. So you need to eat those complex carbs. So like I said, fiber, minerals, vitamins, phytochemicals, which actually helps your body fight illness. That's the best part of those complex carbs. Carb restriction also removes a component of our diet that gives us a feeling of fullness, which is serotonin. And serotonin is found in complex carbs. It makes us happy. It makes us calm. So when we have serotonin, it makes us feel full, so we can stop eating. Also, it's needed for restful sleep. Recent studies have shown that people that are low in serotonin feel depressed and have trouble sleeping. So what does that also cause? Stress, sleeplessness. It causes us to have trouble keeping weight off. So keep that in mind. Stress is so important with weight maintenance and weight loss. So why fiber? In complex carbs, it slows down the digestion of those carbs, allowing for a slow release. So what does that do? It steadies your insulin response. Also, there's chromium found in whole grains, which helps regulate insulin response. So all of these things, you think about it, like they're made for a reason. And there's a lot of people out there that say that our bodies aren't made to eat carbohydrates. Well, we actually have an enzyme in our stomach that breaks down carbohydrates. So we're made to eat carbohydrates. So with this improved blood sugar of eating these complex carbs, it improves our blood sugar balance. So it will give us a significant impact on your ability to optimize your metabolism. I want to say that again. It'll give you a significant impact on your ability to optimize your metabolism. And your metabolism is basically how your body functions. How efficient is it functioning right now? So that's kind of the skinny on carbs, or stop the madness on carbs. But I'm going to give you, if you guys have a sheet of paper, I'm going to give you some ideas of whole grain carbs here. There's farro. I know some of you probably haven't heard of a lot of these, and I myself am starting to incorporate a lot of these in our diet. And they actually taste amazing, and experimenting has been a lot of fun. So you have farro, you have barley, you have bulgur, quinoa, brown rice, wild rice. There's spelt is another one. So, but they also make great like whole grain noodles, and they make chickpea noodles, and they make bean chips. If you think of legumes, fruits and vegetables, all beans are great too, great source of fiber, great source of protein. So those are some different ideas of incorporating complex carbs into your diet. Now we have Lindsay here, our wellness coach, and she really has helped me myself make a little action steps in reaching goals that I've set for myself. And I think she's got an action step that will really help you guys incorporate more complex carbs into your diet. So turn it over to her.
Hi everyone, can you hand me that sheet of paper? So your action step, if you think about, if you just went, what did she just say? I don't know what she's talking about. Some of those grains that she mentioned, I don't even know how to spell. So if you think about that, is your action step, or something to kind of take away and what you're going to do first here is to find a recipe or something that you think sounds good to you with one of these grains in it. We'll post something in the Facebook page as far as how to spell, because like farro, is that something from biblical times? I don't know.
It is.
Yeah, it is. But it's not spelled the same. Anyway, so that's the kind of the point, guys, is for you to kind of think about carbs in a different way. And then your action step is to task you with actually finding a recipe that sounds good to you. Some people, it's like, and quinoa isn't all that tasty. You can add some, make it with chicken broth and get some flavor into it and some seasonings and stuff too. It doesn't have to be this blah, brown rice and chicken kind of thing every night. You can make it very flavorful and very tasty and really experiment and get crazy with it. So my action step for you to actually go on, you can Google farro recipes. I wouldn't just Google farro because you're not going to know how to spell it. This farro starts with an F. But even like buckwheat, millet, those type of things, Google a recipe and then kind of do a little bit of navigating through Google and find something that sounds good to you and then get to the grocery store. Typically, these are usually found in probably the natural sections. Yeah, or the bulk, yeah. If you are a member of the food co-op in Bismarck, they have a ton of these kind of unusual ones, but even Dan's and Cashwise are getting better about carrying Target. Oh, good, wonderful. So that is your action step. So really our message to you guys today is to stop the madness with those carbohydrates. Not that we're so sick of it, because it's actually what we thrive on, but when people come in and be like, I don't eat carbs. Like, people don't even understand what that means because they don't understand what a carbohydrate is. So hopefully Vanessa did a really great job today of explaining to you what a carbohydrate actually is, number one, and then what the good sources are of them, because you actually need carbs. That was some really interesting research study that I haven't heard about that she mentioned in that today. So if you guys have any questions, can they do Q&A?
Ask away. If you guys have any questions, you should be able to go into the chat, which is at the bottom, and ask questions. Please ask some. I guess while people are thinking of questions, what other discussions? Is there any other discussion points? Well, you guys know that we are here, dietitian, nurse, wellness coach. We are here at Proximal 50, and then we're available for appointments at any time. Just give us a call. We'll schedule an appointment. And there's a lot of different ways that you guys can, that we can help you in your daily lifestyle. We try to teach sustainable habits that are lifelong, life-lasting habits. This is not a temporary 6-week challenge. This is something that you can maintain, and it's easy to maintain it, and you enjoy what you eat, and it's not as strict. And if you don't have time to make something, we kind of meet you at your level of nutrition and wellness coaching and nursing, and we try to make you as successful as possible. So we are available for appointment, and we just want to empower you and make you successful. All right, so are these carbs okay to eat for people with high cholesterol? Yes, they are okay for people with high cholesterol. Actually, there's been studies shown that if you replace saturated fats with complex carbohydrates, it'll really reduce your LDL. Well, it reduces your risk for like cardiovascular disease and those types of diseases by 10%. So, yeah. And here's Sarah.
Yeah, like Vanessa just said, the complex carbs you need in your diet. You think of a carb, broccoli has carbs in it, along with the fiber and the other nutrients. So, yeah, you need to have these carbs in your diet. Not the simple carbs as much, but the complex carbs. So, yeah, incorporate carbs. Everything you eat has a carb in it.
You weren't thinking about broccoli being a carb. Ask that question.
Another great thing with high cholesterol is good fats as well. So incorporating those good fats is really important as well. A lot of people actually think they need to avoid fat, but the right fat, once again, it's that doesn't. Yeah, fat, exactly. So getting those avocados, olive oils, those types of things are really important as well. Yeah, dog all day. Okay. Let's pull it up. Okay, so what about the diets that consider fruit and veggies as the only source of carbs and no grains? Well, they're really great. Yeah, but that's a restriction of complex carbs, and when you're not getting your serotonin and your minerals that you need from fruits and vegetables, incorporating the quinoa and the bulgur gives you those nutrients that you're lacking. And again, it's a restriction. So are you going to be able to live without complex carbs the rest of your life? Is that maintainable? What else am I missing when you restrict?
With fruits and vegetables.
And fiber.
I mean, like you said, it's
fiber.
against your question. A diet, you're gonna crash, and you're gonna eat a lot of simple carbs.
Yeah. Those complex carbs with that fiber actually make you feel fuller longer, and it just, like I said, regulates that blood sugar and makes your body function properly. Oh, Sarah's hard to hear. Okay.
What? Is grapeseed oil okay for a fat?
Yes, it is okay for a fat. Yes, just remember that it is a fat, so it has lots of calories that go with it. So everything in moderation is really important. Right? Yeah, time to go.
I don't know who's overeating. This is your part. We got a wealth of knowledge.
I'm just making sure that I covered all the questions here. Did I miss anything? We're good to go. So your action step, finding a recipe that contains a complex carb. You know what I always like to tell my clients is go for more of a vegetarian meal, because what do they have? They have complex carbs in them, which quinoa actually is a complete protein as well. And they also have lots of fruits and vegetables. And it's so easy to incorporate protein into that. You can pick meatballs, chicken, fish to add into those vegetarian style or recipes. But when you focus your meal on that complex carb, or you focus that recipe on the complex carb, it's and the fruits and vegetables, you have a tendency to eat more. And then the focus is on those nutrients, because we have the majority of our meals focus so much on the protein that we forget about the other things. So when you focus on those complex carbs and those fruits and vegetables, it's so easy to add that protein into it. All right, that's okay. Mid-afternoon crash. And I guess to avoid a mid-afternoon crash, you mean like feeling tired. And well, for one, are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting your serotonin to help you sleep peacefully? But number two is, this is a whole different subject, but getting a lot of nutrients in the morning and making sure that your metabolism is running efficiently, feeding it right away in the morning. And I don't like calling the first meal breakfast, because everybody's like, oh, I have to eat breakfast right away when I wake up. When you're hungry, feed your body. Hunger is actually a great way of your body telling you that you're functioning properly. So feeding your body a lot of good, nutritious food in the morning, and having that snack and that full second meal, and then another snack, drinking water, all of those things help you with that mid-afternoon crash. Do you have any good bread recommendations? You know what, I like to look into the ingredients on the bread and make sure I can pronounce all of the ingredients, and look at how it's sweetened or if it has any additional sugar. But I also look at the protein and the fiber, because I don't know if you know this, but complex carbs, the majority of them have great sources of protein as well. So that's where I looked at, and the taste. I actually tried one, I can't tell you the name. I got it at Sam's Club, and it had like omega-3 across it, and it was just so yummy. My husband's like, did you go through that bread already? Yeah, I'm like, yeah. It's so good. But I know you, Sarah, you have a good one too. What's that?
I usually get Ezekiel bread or Dave's Killer bread. Yeah. That I usually get.
And that's what she's talking about. She says about some things, but it's a
Yeah.
yeah. So she,
Mhm.
not exactly what she yeah. I'm looking at some of those options at Sam's Club and seeing not seeing you guys see some of that different
Mhm.
getting about some
Oh, Lindsay was just saying, you know, how much bread are you really, are you eating? Can you incorporate more of those complex carbs instead? Are you having a sandwich every day? Or can you have like quinoa with a vegetable, with vegetable mixed in, with roasted vegetables, and then a side of fish or chicken, those types of things. So, yeah, and look at Sam's, finding those, Sam's has great food. You just need to look a little harder. So take some time, walk through the grocery store, enjoy it a little bit. I'm also available for grocery store tours. I love to go grocery shopping. So can you hear me now? Okay. Sounds good. I hope, all right. Any other questions? Remember, when you do buy bread, though, you want the first ingredient to be whole grain, not refined. Stay away from the refined. So, well, that's all we have, guys. I hope you got a lot of great information. I hope this fills in those blanks and makes you feel confident with your food choices. So when next time somebody tells you they're on a low-carb diet, ask them why and see what they say. Because really, you don't want to live life with restrictions. Carbs are not bad. That's not a way to live life. So I hope you all have a carb-filled day. All right, talk to you later.